up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast, the number one podcast for Kung Fu martial arts movies and pop culture. Hey, Stevens, what episode is this? The fuck? All right, guys. Stevens didn't play here.
She asking for more money again?
Yeah, you know? She keeps strong-arming us, bro.
Cent. We've been demonetized, so no.
You know what? She said something crazy to me. She said she wanted Shohei money, and I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Wow.
Have you heard the last number for him?
What, like 5? 6?
6 million.
How many years?
You guys are the number one team to get him. But 600 million, bro. Hey, Abarca, say hi.
Hey, how's it going, folks?
Enrique?
Hello?
And Enrique, if they wanted to get a hold of us or leave us any messages or send dick pics, where can they do that?
They can go to our link tree, linktr.ee/Gung-Fu Super Bros.
Or Super Producer Stevens at...
Oh, if you want to send any more cock knocker videos,
cock knockers,
send those to Super Producer Stevens. Abarca, Cock Knockers is also the sponsor of our show today. Can you cut a promo for him there, Abarca, please?
Hey, Cock Knockers. Maker of fine cock knocking.
Cock knockery?
Cock knockery since 1913.
Damn, that was classy cock knocking too, bro.
Yeah.
I heard the ball hair was powdered wigs. I heard dicks had powdered wigs in those videos.
Those are...
Dicks had monocles.
they got invited to the Coronation. That's how.
Okay. All right. Abarca, why is it that every time something happens over there, and my wife watches daytime like news, right? Like Good Morning America, Good Morning America, and Live in the Morning in America. 90% of the shit is like royal stuff. I thought we left. Like I thought we like for that whole reason or whatever. Like what? Why are people so fascinated with that?
You know what? I think because we don't get to see that anymore. Really, right? We don't get to see the pomp and there is no pomp and circumstance in America the way we see it in England. Right. Even our inaugurations, they're not like they're not upper crust and stuff. I guess you know what it is. Those accents make it seem fancier than it is. Everything
seems cooler with the accent, huh? Yeah, that's a good one. Do you guys get into that, Enrique, at all? Is it like your family into the whole fucking like I don't know? Do they talk about the fucking coronation or some shit?
I mean, Bella kind of talks about it sometimes, but no, I mean, not really.
That's a connection to Harry Styles, though.
Yeah, probably.
Interesting.
I mean, it is. I mean, I think I kind of agree with Abarca. I think it's because we don't. It's kind of like a unique. It's not a unique thought, but it's just something that we're not used to, and so it's for us. Like it would be news, right? Like people probably like interested in that kind of stuff. I mean, they got to put something on the news. Not that there's not enough to put on there nowadays, but I feel like even over there, right? They probably have a lot of news about what's going on over here, just because it's different.
I was going to say that, you know what, compared to the news we've been having every single day, apparently since forever now, we need a break from that, an escapism. And it's like, oh, here's this last vestige of imperialism.
Well, and it doesn't happen all the time, right? So it's kind of a big deal, you know?
It's like, oh, it was the Queen's Jubilee. And she's like, hello, everyone, it's me. And now it's like, yeah. You know what? Here's this as a child of the 80s, 70s, 80s. Here's one thing that really irked me. I didn't see the whole thing. I saw when they're putting the crowns on people, and there was something deep inside of me when they put the crown on that lady. And I was like, you son of a bitch. You were married to Princess Diana.
Oh.
It was friggin' amazing, you know?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's Queen Consort Camilla. I want to be your tampon. That's quote and quote.
No, my favorite thing is my wife got into the whole documentaries with the one that's outcasted. that nobody likes him anymore because
Oh yeah, yeah.
No one
Harry?
likes it because he's like, don't pay attention to us.
Yeah.
We live in America now.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to us.
Prince Harry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
What's his wife's name?
yes. Megan.
Megan. Okay. And my favorite stuff because she watched like the documentaries, like I guess it was a one on Netflix, and one of the cool things I thought is that his whole hatred or his dislike of media all stems from the mom. Right? He feels like they did her dirty and all that stuff. And I can respect 110%.
Yeah.
The part that she came to me one time, she's like, they were racist. And I was like, ooh.
You don't say.
Not my jolly old England.
I know. It's like, they literally went around colonizing the entire world. And you're fucking shocked. They're fucking racist.
Like, the sun never sets on the British Empire.
The reaction of people, like when the Oprah interview was racism. What did you guys think? Like, I mean, I'm looking around like, wait, really? Like, this is what they did. Like, like even slavery is not an American thing. Like, it's not like this was this thing that America thought of that nobody else.
No, but nobody does it better.
Oh yeah, well I mean, who's number one is a different conversation. But I'm saying
They didn't start it. They didn't start the idea.
Perfected it, maybe, but
America's got to be better at everything, right?
Everything, bro, at everything, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna pause you there.
Okay.
On this weird side note, was it Don Cheadle went on that PBS show where they tell your roots?
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah, this is a fun fact. I wonder why we don't get taught about Native Americans and more often in school. I don't know. Yeah. But apparently the United what were they called, the civilized nations, were some of the last people in America to own slaves.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of history also about a lot of African Americans owning slaves too, right? Like, yeah, but they were the last ones.
Kind of like the last, just like the last little vestige of the imperialism. Yeah, I guess his family was owned by Native Americans, and they're like, wait. They're like, we weren't enslaved by white people. They're like, nah,
it's Native
American. Not about a bitch.
That's crazy. Did you guys ever take a Native American course, like a Native American history course in college or anything?
No, but I once met a Native American man.
I was there, Marca.
He made a very off joke.
Yeah,
about race that I'm not going to repeat here.
Nope.
But then I was like, you know what? And so here's the thing: when we heard it, and he had his veteran's hat.
Yeah.
Like he fought World War II, and I was like, you know what, sir? I'm not going to correct you, but after hearing this Don Cheadle stuff, fuck you too.
That's what you get, fool.
Yeah.
No, man, but there's a reason why they don't teach us Native American history in high school, bro. Because I think it would blow people's mind too, though.
I'm curious now. You have to tell me this joke afterwards.
I thought about Native. Wow, bro! I thought about Native American history. That's not what you want to learn about.
Like, I want to hear racist.
I want to hear this joke.
That's not this podcast. Join us for racist jokes. Brought to you by the Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast.
Patreon. Join our Patreon. For
no.
The racist jokes.
What? We're now on the Twitter, on the Tucker Carlson Twitter network.
Yeah.
And we're all dressed up as different races. It's really bad. It's really bad.
It's like the Model UN, but
racist.
But super racist.
Racism.
I pick England. Ja. That's what it is. All right. So let me ask you guys this. I personally am not a gambling man. I suck at it. I don't have patience for it. When it comes to like playing cards and stuff like that. Do you fancy yourself or even sports gambling? Like I wouldn't enjoy the game because I'd be so nervous about losing $5. I'm lame like that. Enrique, do you consider yourself a gambler?
I do not. I lean towards. I hate to lose more than I love to win. So,
if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, I just don't. I just would rather not deal with it. Like, it sounds cool to, oh, I want a bunch of money off this fight or off this game or whatever, but I've bet a couple times and I've never won, and it's just like whatever. It's not something that intrigues me that I have to do. So,
For God's sakes, you go through shit watching games regularly. I couldn't
oh,
imagine you
bro, can you imagine?
on the line, bro.
Can you imagine
Dude,
putting
imagine that
money?
LAFC game if you would have had 10 G's on the line. You
I
would have shit your
know,
pants, bro.
I know. I
All right,
I get so close to having a stroke every time. I would actually have the stroke if I had money on it.
Barker, you consider yourself a gambler at all?
So I have no luck. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have luck at all.
Yeah.
So no.
No.
But weirdly, because now gambling is legal in multiple states.
Yeah.
At the end of what was it, game 3, game 4 of the Laker Warrior game, for a split second, it says, if you have problems gambling, call this number.
And that's actually 2 stories that came up recently that I was like, dude, I want to see what these guys think. Like my dad is old school, and I think he did grow up watching fixed fights. Like, he believes that the mafia. He still blames everything. My dad's 84 years old. He still blames everything on the mafia. And I'm just being honest with you guys. Everything in sports that's wrong, la mafia. And I'm like, who is this magical mafia that you talk of?
Hey,
man?
do you think the mafia still exists? By the way,
Hey, whoa!
I don't know.
We are legitimate businessmen.
No,
we don't know nothing about that. Hey, forget about it, all right?
Hey, nope.
Hey, El Fanculo, shut up.
hey.
No.
Mamma mia, Mr. Mario.
No. No. So so with the ease and these websites and these places and all this stuff, like more and more recently, I've been listening to I listen to a lot of Bomani Jones. I like the guy; he's funny. But he's been going off about just gambling in general recently, and 2 things have come up where I'm like, holy shit! So a player from the Colorado Rapids has been suspended from the team because last year in a game, he came into a game and within minutes got a yellow card. Well, they did some research, and this fool dropped thousands and thousands of dollars through a Brazilian gambling site that he would get a yellow card. And they show the clip where he gets it, and it's against Chicharito in the Galaxy. Chicharito's standing straight up, and I know he's short, and this fool does one of those Jet Li kicks, and just kicks him in the head. like to where it was a high foot, like high kick or whatever, but it wasn't like Chicharito bent down.
Yeah.
He's like really like this, and this was like, you got the yellow, and I was like, whoa, that's super fucking obvious.
So the bet was that he would get the yellow card?
He would get the yellow card.
Wow.
And
someone said, I bet you won't. And he's like, oh, yeah? I bet you I will.
Thousands of dollars through a Brazilian gambling site.
Oh, no. He'll never be part of the Baseball Hall of Fame either.
Right. Well, I'm assuming.
Mainly because it's soccer, but.
I'm assuming he's done, right? But then at the same time.
What? But then again, at the same time, it's. He can go play for FIFA, and it doesn't fucking matter.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, can he play like at the Brazilian league, at the Turkish league, I don't know, whatever.
I mean, it would be what they decide, right? I mean, the MLS has no control over that, over the other league. So if they want to take them on, then they can.
Yeah. So at the same time, did you hear about the Alabama baseball coach?
No. Tell us about the Alabama baseball coach.
Scratches his starting pitcher, and then from his dugout.
I thought you were going somewhere else with scratches him.
Sorry, scratches him from the lineup. Let me. Sorry, and then makes a call from his own fucking dugout and puts a ton of money on Alabama baseball in Cincinnati. He tells the dude, "It's like I call you Enrique. Hey, buddy, can you like put down a ton of money on Alabama? I have a feeling that they're gonna lose today." But I'm like, first off, how much of a fucking gambling degenerate do you have to be where you're gambling on college baseball, bro?
Yeah, this is it.
I think if you put $5,000 down on college baseball, it dings somebody somewhere. Somebody in the FBI is like, wait, what the fuck? Wait, somebody just put out 5Gs on college baseball. Something's going down.
It's not even on a computer. It's like a rando light that comes on.
It's just a Google alert.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, bro. Some people just can't help it, I guess.
And to not to steal anybody's like, well, the soccer player they talk about on that just happened today, literally. Like Tommy Scoops was on it, and they're like, he's not practicing anymore, he's out. But the guy had a good point. It was two guys, Bomani Jones, another reporter, were talking about it on the podcast, and their point they bring up, and I'm like, ooh, is that he thinks that this happens a lot more than we know.
Oh yeah,
in sports that don't get high value coaching, like that don't get paid. What does Saban get a year? Fucking
God,
5 or something, or maybe more,
or
whatever, right? But if you're the Alabama baseball coach,
yeah,
you're probably not getting paid a lot. Well, again, and I'd like to see what is not a lot too, motherfuckers. Like, I don't know, he only gets $150,000 a year. Eat a dick, like, you know what I'm saying?
Stevens, can you let us know how much the?
All right, Enrique, you got a real computer in front of you. How much does the Alabama starting head coach get? What do you guys think? What do you guys think before we look?
120.
Damn, really?
120,000 a year?
Yes.
But
it's also Alabama. They put all the educational funds into that team.
Those are the smart. They use math.
Yeah.
I'm doing 70.
Okay.
You're saying 70. Abarca said 120.
Yeah. What were you thinking, or have you already looked?
I already looked.
Okay. What is it?
I guess the guy's name is Bohannon.
Yes.
Right?
That was it. Mm-hmm.
Was set to make $275,000 in his annual base salary.
In Alabama, Enrique, he literally can buy the state.
Hold on. Let me finish the sentence. As well as $225,000 in talent fees from July, whatever that means. July
400,000 in Alabama, bro. You're literally the Bill Gates of Alabama with $400,000, bro. Like, what the fuck?
What is that? Hold on. Is that a good thing or a bad thing in Alabama?
Ooh, he's smart. Get him. Yeah, like, that's just being greedy to me. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're making $400,000 a year, bro.
I personally know someone that has problems gambling.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And
let's
get
him
on the podcast. Call him up.
Get him on Gamblers Addicts. Brought to you by Gung-Fu Super Bros.
And so for a while would be asking coworkers for money to pay their gambling debts. And it wasn't like super high stakes. It's like, hey man, I lost a lot of money at the Union Casino.
The Golden West, bro.
Golden West and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what that says to me is that it's more than the money isn't the thrill of it, right? It's the endorphins, the dopamine that you get from winning a game.
Yeah.
Where they're
chasing that win always, constantly.
Yeah. And it's like fuck my paycheck, fuck my family. I need this. This is the only thing I have right now.
Yeah.
And addicts are addicts no matter what, right? I guess just when you're fucking with your paycheck, like you said, like in the sense of like you're not getting that $400,000 anymore now. Because not only did you fuck your paycheck up by losing all these other bets, but now you took the way you make money is gone now because you were betting on your own team. Like, if you told me the guy lost all his money because he bet on horse racing or whatever, I'd be like, oh shit, that's another person that's like that. I guess that, not that it makes sense to me, but I'm like, okay. But when you're fucking over here on your own team and not even betting for them to win, seems to me again, if you could prove that he always bet for them to win, I'm like, well, fuck it, he believes in his guys. Like,
these dudes right here.
Yeah.
I believe in all of them.
Yeah, man. But when you like bet on like
even Legless Joe, and you're like,
but like you mentioned earlier, that baseball coach, how much money has he made already on that? He's probably been doing that. That's probably wasn't the first time he did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bomani Jones had a whole thing where he was saying that he used to follow like he was reporting on basketball, and that he has a thing where he noticed when refs were calling ticky-tack fouls from the like in the fourth quarter, that he would look at the line and that he was always like, oh, interesting. That you could tell that they wanted to keep the score, the deficit at a certain number. Yeah. And he's like, you could see it. He goes, but nobody's going to look into it, right? Nobody's going to look into that thing.
Is this why the Laker game that I saw was 30 for, there was a 30-point gap
that
forever?
Was money on that one, bro. Like, that was, all those games have been weird like that in that series too. Like there've been blowouts on both sides, bro.
And even my mom's like, why is that guy all crying? I'm like, that's Steph Curry.
He just looks like that all the time. He just looks like that all the time. But yeah, man, it's just interesting with all these, like I said, like online. I just think with all the online gambling, all the online, as easy it is to do it from your phone. I just wonder how much. Like, is it ever going to stop?
Yes, and I feel that the convenience of things is going to be detrimental to people in the future. People right now, right? It's super detrimental. But it's not just that convenience. I think it's convenience in general. The fact that I don't have to go to a restaurant and I can get me a steak right now. I still want a steak right now.
Oh. Hey, shout out to Tapas Buena Vida, where the Chewies used to be, the OG Chewies in town.
Oh, really? Over there off of Ming?
Ming and right?
Yeah.
Fire. Drinks were amazing. I had aguachile de ribeye. Great, dude. It's like Mexican food, but with a little pizzazz. Bro.
So the Chewies is not there anymore?
No, because there was no motorcycles or people that like food that were seasoned with just salt and pepper. It was like completely different this time, fool. There was Mexicans there. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
I know. I have one by my house too. That's the same way.
I put my A1 sauce on there, man, and it man, it's about to bend.
I ate there once. I'm like, damn, is what y'all call flavor? Tex-Mex. So yeah. No, it's a Mexican restaurant now. Yes. Oh man, awesome. Had a guacamole with chicharron, with ribeye chicharron pieces in it. I was like,
they have that, so that's how you know that's what's popular right now. The chicharron guacamole.
But it wasn't like your random little piece. It was
like,
and I was like, yo, like you stepped it up.
So you don't have to explain chicharron to me and the new developments in chicharron.
You read Chicharron monthly to just find out what's going on.
So I write the blog.
That's what it is. But yeah, man, I just thought it was wild to think. And then I just thought about it when you guys talk about it. There was that UFC trainer that got suspended because there was an FBI probe because he sent out a fighter to fight with a huge injury on him. And they noticed movement on the bets at the last minute. And the FBI was like, And that was Brandon Moreno's coach. And he had to get a new coach right before his freaking title fight. Because the guy was like, the UFC said, and props to the UFC, they said, anybody who wants him to be in their corner, cool, you don't fight for the UFC anymore. So he either is not in your corner or you don't fight him.
He should have just beat up his wife, huh, Barca?
All of a sudden they have standards. They're like, no, we don't do this.
I put it on a tee for you guys right here. Yeah. No, people. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Some things he won't stand for, sir.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Gambling and women giving
gambling, no. Smacking them ladies, yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, better not give me any lips, because if you do, you know what's gonna happen, man. Oh, that's wild, bro. Oh man, but no, yeah, I just thought that was freaking crazy. But so about a month ago, it was about a month ago, had to, and it's kind of what we were talking about before the pod, so we're gonna keep it as generic as we can while we talk some shit. But had a student who actually is now the owner of said tire shop in town, and he was just like, man, he goes, he might be about 30 now. Like, he's getting there, whatever, right? Good kid, man. He was a good kid when he was in school. Did things right, graduated. His dad had a tire shop. He went into it, He was telling my son, like, hey, man, go get a degree. You can do this, but get a degree too. And I was like, hey, man, good for you. But he was like, man, kids are different now, huh? And I kind of been doing this for a minute, right? 21 years for me, right? And I'm like, nah. And he's like, what? I go, not really. I go, kids are always going to do whatever they can do whatever you get, you let them get away with.
Yeah.
I feel like if you told me I can go said far, I would get to that line, right? And you would cross it, paha, and you know whatever your parents did to correct it, and you would take a step back, and you knew in your head, oh, this is the line, and this is where. Now we all had friends that gave 2 fucks about a line. Yeah. We all had crazy, like, oh, that's crazy Martin. Oh, that's crazy this fool. Like, but for the most part, the lines were given to all of us. And you look at your friend, you're like, man, his line's farther away than mine. But like, it was what it was, right? Your parents knew who they were. And I told him straight, I was like, nah, dude, I don't think it's the kids, bro. I think it's the parents that changed. And he was like, he thought about it. And I go, look, dude, your dad was always at meetings. Because he was one of those kids, and he was always at meetings. He was always there. Somebody always represented him. I go, you had parents that were there, man, and you look at you. You're doing good, bro. Like, you did it. I go, I don't think that's the case a lot of times. Like, too many, like, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I don't know. I mean, you've been doing this for a while, Barkley. I'm sure you've noticed the change. And now we're questioning ourselves. I'm pulling Danny Glover's out at the end of the year, or Donald Glover's at the end of the year. Like, I'm getting too old for this shit.
You're Donald Glover?
And Donald Glover's and Danny Glover's.
Get your money.
I was doing this in America. Exactly. But like, I feel like I'm getting too old for this shit. But like, is it me? Or is it the fact that like, I feel like sometimes I don't have any back. Like, I don't have anybody I there's nothing the school could ever do that I couldn't do more of at my own house. Yeah. Like there's just nothing. Like you just call me and tell me what you need. Oh, they doing that? Do not worry. It will change tomorrow. Like, my son went from having a whole hour of time on his phone to 1 minute of time on his phone on a daily basis. And he keeps sending me like, you think I'm going to annoy me? Bitch, I don't pay attention. Like, I don't give a fuck how many times you ask me for time. Yeah, I'll get to it. Because again, that's my control, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I had one teacher just come and tell me that. Like, oh, he's on his phone all the time. Oh, is he? Oh, well, we're going to fix that. Don't worry about it. You know? There you go. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Barker? Yay, nay? Am I talking crazy? Am I getting too old for this shit?
We were having this conversation stems from a conversation we had before we started. I think, again, right now my thing is convenience. The ability to have my phone is recording, so I was going to grab it as a prop, but the ability to have this device that is going to be super entertaining, more entertaining than whatever I'm going to teach you.
Whatever.
Right? So I got to do razzle dazzle. I'm like, hey, everybody, it's me, WB. And still I get no reaction from kids. I think is a big part. Right? Mm-hmm. But I also feel that more bad habits happened due to them being at home during the pandemic. And these bad habits have been very difficult to kind of get them out of that mentality, right? I'm gonna go to the restroom whenever I want. I'm gonna be on my phone, and I can multitask. And you're like, bro, I've seen your grades. You can't.
No, yeah. You can't even simple task, motherfucker. Unless I'm multitask.
Yes, you can't task.
Yeah, you can't task.
You can't task.
Yeah. Do you think that then maybe as parents we feel bad for the years they had in COVID, and we're over, like, oh man, they went through a rough time, so I'm gonna be easier on them. I saw my son and daughter struggle, so I'm going to have their back no matter what.
No, so what I'm building at is these 3 things. Number 1, right? You have the overabundance and an addiction that we have to devices, to screens in general. Number 1. I think parents don't understand what they can do to actually raise their kid, right? Because it's changed in the 30 years since we were children. Enrique less, because he's a young guy, so in the 29 and a half years for him.
We're the same age, my dude. Same age.
Buddy, I'm trying to say you're younger, all right?
I just look younger. That's
¿Sabes qué? If you smiled a little more, I think you would have a better time. That's what I'm saying. Misogyny. No, so what changed was, our parents, the way they showed us love was by giving us food, a roof to live in, a roof to live under, clothes that maybe were in style.
Yeah.
and maybe every once in a while, like, hey, whatever. And in those 30 years of it's changed, right? The moment kids stopped having kid problems, I think it was done for parents. Like, we don't know how to deal with this. When their kids have problems that are more difficult than their own, how do you process that? How do you process that as a parent who just works, who maybe didn't get the same educational opportunity that their kids have? So they can't comprehend. They're just like, me dice que está triste todo el tiempo. He's very, very depressed. Está depre. How do you deal with that, right? When there's the stigma of Latinos, of Mexicans saying, yeah, no, mi hijo no está loco, ¿para qué quiere? Why am I going to send him to the psychiatrist? He's not crazy. He'll get over it. Mira. Or I'll give him something to get over it.
I saw the Italian Stallion the other week, and I'm like, yeah, he's fucking always complaining about their fucking feelings. Just do what I do. Push that shit down. Push it down. And you'll fucking hold them inside. And you die of a fucking heart attack later.
Just kick the can down the road. Just kick the can down the road. Deal with it later.
And he's like, yeah, right. Because he comes from old school Italian too. Like, so he's like, yeah, but it's true. Like, it's just kind of like, don't you come up, right? So I get what you're saying on that part of Barca. Yeah, right.
As a parent, how do I process that my kid has feelings, and then these feelings may be affecting what they can do? Now, do some of these kids go extra, and they're like, and any little wind that comes makes them crumble? Oh my God.
Has your kids ever run out of the room, Enrique, when the Wi-Fi goes out and they fucking look like literally? Yeah. It's like you came home and said, I lost my job and we're poor because the Wi-Fi went out.
Yeah. Why don't you love us? Daddy.
Wi-Fi.
Do you not love us anymore?
I'll never see them. They're fucking in the rooms all the time, and then they fucking, as soon as the Wi-Fi goes out, they appear. Like,
it's a collective gasp.
Yeah.
It's like everybody does that at the same time in the house, bro. No. Right. Okay, so those are your three for you, Abarca. I don't know what the fuck's happening anymore. Enrique, you are an outsider. You are not in the business of education.
Yeah.
You in the business of oil. Motherfucker, you are the most unlikely oil motherfucker out there. I gotta tell you that, bro. I can't wait for you to ride a Tesla and drive it to work and shit. Like, just
Black gold Texas tea.
I know. Complete accident. How it's just funny how life works sometimes, but you know,
when
here we are.
Goes to work meetings, they're like, fuck, bro. Like,
here it comes.
Shit, clean air in my mind. Like, they're just fucking mad at his ass.
I be in that woodsy the owl. Look at him.
Pinche viene Captain Planet. Ahí viene pinche Captain Planet. Like, God damn it. Dude. I bet you he has heart. Fucking esta.
They're like, yeah, because he's the most being rich of them all.
Why they always make you beat Earth? That's fucked up, fool. But anyways, fun fact, before you get to answer that question, Enrique, when they opened up the brand new school, Del Oro High School, which colors are brown, and light brown, the person that was representing the district, these are facts, there's no slander or libel in anything I'm saying, said that the gold is for the sun. Oh, no, he didn't speak like that. The gold is for the sun, and the brown is for the community.
You told me that the other day, and I still don't believe it.
Yes. Bro, their D is an old English D. Their mascot is a dude that pop locks for the Lord. Like, it's fucking great, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit.
I can't believe it. I was flabbergasted. I was like, what? Perdón? I was like, ¿qué? I didn't believe anything they had said. Bro.
Man.
I never believed in systemic racism until that day.
Till that day, I was like, oh, shit. That's what they've been talking about this whole time. So I said, oh, man, systemic racism's a bitch. Okay, Enrique, but you, completely coming from left field, out of the education business. What do you think? I mean, what do you think? I met a badass kid at your house one day. So what do you think, Enrique? About
I mean, I think a lot of it is in my opinion, in my humble opinion, it's
I have kids, so I'm an expert.
no. I just think that a lot of I think a lot of it falls on the parents, right? I think it's look. I think it's. I don't think it's an exact science. I feel like there's just a combination of everything, and it's from parents to mostly parents, and then also at the end of the day, just what type of person that kid is, and every kid is different. You can have the same kid, and one of them can have all the good attention from a parent and be a good kid, and then you can have that same good kid that has no attention from any parents, that just has loser parents and can still be a good kid
How,
because that kid just gets it.
Mm-hmm.
And I
how
think
dare you describe nature versus nurture?
this is what it is. And sometimes a kid can have all the good things from parents and everything to be successful, and he's a fucking dumbass, and he's
Mm-hmm.
just an idiot and doesn't, and you know what I mean, and just is a loser, and that's just what it is. It's gonna be impossible to pinpoint why every kid is the way they are. I feel like a lot of the times the kids are just how they are, no matter who the parents are. Um, and but as a parent, being a parent, you have to. I feel like you just have to be there for your kids, and I think where a lot of parents miss out is they just look. I think you can attest to this, Ivan. When you become a parent, you figure that shit out as you go. you know,
I still don't know what the fuck I'm
I
doing,
know,
bro.
bro, and it's hard. And
Parenting experts. Fuck
I
you.
know, I know.
People who write books about parenting, eat a dick.
Because like I said, every kid is different. Every kid is different, and my point that I was going to get to is you have to pay attention to what your kids how they are. I have 3 kids. They're all different. you know One of them is sensitive as fuck. The other one, I can get onto them, be hard on them, and they take it, and they're like, yes, I'm gonna learn from it. The other one, I have to treat with fucking kid gloves, because if I'm too hard, they crumble, and you know and then the other one is gonna be the last one's gonna be a challenge. We'll see how that goes. We'll see. We'll see.
That's where Enrique
um
sees himself the most. He's like, oh, this one bitch like me. Like,
yeah, yeah. But but it's just they're different, so the end game, the goal, and we talked about this, Ivan, the other day on our way to a game. you know the end game for me is I have to raise these kids so that when they leave the house, they can fucking provide for themselves, and they can be productive members of society, right? That's the goal. Like, that's what my job is. My job is not to be buddy buddy with my kids. I'm a parent.
How dare you?
I'm like, I look, I'm and I accepted the fact that for a while I'm not gonna get along with my kids. They're not gonna like me very much. They're gonna hate my guts. They're gonna hate the sight of me walking into the house, because they're gonna think, here comes that fucker that's always yelling at me about something, that I need to do this, I need to do that, and getting in trouble because I didn't do this, because I didn't do that. I'm gonna be that asshole, and I'm okay with that, because I know the end game is I got to get them ready, and understand that when you make commitments and you have priorities and you have things to do that need to be taken care of, you have to fucking do them. You can't just it'll take care of themselves, because when you got to pay those fucking bills as an adult, there's no like, oh, I'll worry about that later.
Mhm.
And there's adults that act like that, grown ass fucking people
I got some of
that won't pay bills because they want to have money in their pocket.
Mhm.
It's like, motherfucker, you got bills, bro. You got to pay your fucking bills.
But I got a bomb ass car, dog.
Exactly.
I guess
Exactly.
2.2 seconds, dog. Like, I don't know. I live with my mom, but like that car was hard, dog.
Exactly.
That kind of
Those
shit.
rims are clean though. I keep them
Uh,
clean.
yeah, they not they 13s, but they clean though. They clean though. Yeah. Yeah. I know,
So
man.
it's tough, right? It's tough because every kid's different. And look, I don't like you said, I'm not dealing with kids on a daily basis for hours a day. So I can just go off of how my kids act, and whenever I go to school functions with them, you notice how other kids act. And look, kids are annoying, but I'm an adult now. But when I was a kid, when I was in high school, people annoyed me then. Some kids are just fucking annoying, bro. They just are.
Even when you were a kid, you were annoyed by these.
Yes, dude. I remember that shit. I'm like, dude, and there's always kids that just get on your nerves. It's just the way they act, the way they are. But that's their personality.
They probably still get on your nerves as an adult too. Though.
Yeah, no, of course. Well, even more now. Yeah, of course. If they annoyed me when I was a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can imagine how.
We'll try to solve these problems every week on parenting, brought to you by the Gung-Fu podcast. It's the 87th of our spin-off podcast. So we got followed, and right after that is Chicharron, brought to you by the
First of all, it's Chicharron Chat.
Chicharron CC.
Chicharron Chat.
Yeah, Chicharron Chat. Brought to you by the Gung-Fu
Con Chef.
Chicharron Chat. Like that's where we just go to different places and try chicharron and talk about it.
We're gonna have a ranking for that too now.
It's gonna be the only list that matters. Remember,
you're like, I give it 4 out of 5 chicharrones.
That's what it is, bro. And it's like little chicharron pieces, and it's like 1.5. It's 4.5, dog. It's 4.5 on this one. That's what I like. So one thing about book experts, I read this and I thought this was hilarious, guys. So a lady loses her husband. And to get over it, and to not only take her grief, but to then help others with this grief, she writes a children's book on how to deal with the loss of somebody. And in her foreword, she puts, "To my husband, a wonderful husband and a wonderful father." And that bitch just got arrested for poisoning his ass last year. Boom, motherfucker! It's like fentanyl in his Moscow Mule, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Woo! Don't trust book experts, motherfuckers. All right, just remember that. Because they be out there doing shit. All right, man. And we saw some shit this week. I'm so excited to find out how Enrique feels about this movie. Oh, I want Taco Bell so bad. Words that never come out of my mouth. And we'll talk about that after this break and trailer. And that was a trailer for Demolition Man. Hey, yo, Barca. Hit him with the back of the box.
Police officer is brought out of suspended animation in prison to pursue an old, ultra-violent nemesis who is loose in a non-violent future society. This movie is directed by Marco Brambilla, stars Sylvester Stallone as John Spartan, Wesley Snipes as Simon Phoenix, Sandra Bullock as Lalina Huxley, Benjamin Bratt as Alfredo Garcia, Dennis Leary as Edgar Friendly, and the rest. Ortho's in it from Beetlejuice.
Oh. Hey, side note, Beetlejuice 2, Barca?
Yeah. So, okay. It's going to start filming next month.
Never mind.
No. It's going to start filming next month.
Oh,
but if it's written by American writers and they need changes, they can't. So once they start rolling that movie, that is whatever the movie is.
Oh shit. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So you're holding your.
So I hope
right now you're.
I hope it's a. Listen, I want to see more Michael Keaton in roles that are not problematic, not his role, but other non-problematic movies. So I'm excited for it.
Okay.
But it's Tim Burton today, not Tim Burton 1989. So we'll see.
Okay.
All
right, man. So Demolition Man.
Woo, Enrique.
You had never watched this movie before.
I never watched this movie before.
What'd you think of this movie?
I liked this movie. I had a good time.
Pause. Fuck it. We're done. Wrap it up, Barca. That was a Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast.
5 out of 5 chicharrones.
Why? But like, why? Why did I like this? Just because I like 80s, I like 90 movie, 80, 90 movies.
Don't fucking. You let me go. Tell me when to go, Enrique. You just tell me when you're ready. I'm gonna tell you why.
So hold on. Let me, because I actually felt inspired enough to write notes throughout. Not write notes, but I had the stuff that just kind of stood out. It's just stuff that stood out. Okay.
The white girl's titties.
That stood out, but I didn't write that down. Yeah, I was like, what just happened there? But anyways.
You rewound it a few times to make sure.
No, hold on. Before I give you my points that kind of stood out to me, I figured out that I like movies that are set in the future that were made back in the day, because it's really interesting to see how stuff played out and like kind of what they got right, and it's kind of crazy to see stuff that they kind of nailed, and it's like, oh my god, they got that fucking right. Like, it's crazy. And then some stuff is really scary because it's like it hits home too much, and it's like, ouch, wow, like we're there.
We're right there right now. Yeah.
So anyways, first thing, it was really interesting that like Taco Bell is like the restaurant in this, and I wonder how much Taco Bell had to pay to be part of this, or if the filmmakers just decided we're just gonna do Taco Bell. I don't know. I'm sure there was money exchange. I'm sure it was a deal, but it was interesting that it was Taco Bell of all places. The fact that abortions were illegal, that was one of those where it's like, oh shit, okay. The no touch handshakes, especially after a pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was president.
Yeah, we were this close.
Excuse me, sir. I mean, look, he was governor of California. That's pretty much
And I won't 100% sure. He was governor after this movie, right?
Yes.
Yes, I looked that up because this movie came out
before this movie.
This movie came out in 93, I think, early 90s, and he was governor in 2003 to something.
Yeah. Side note, Netflix is dropping like a documentary on him, and then getting to that point. And I'm like, I really truly do want to see that. Like, this motherfucker's had a crazy ass life. Yeah. To get from being that kid that becomes the fucking strongest man in the world all the way to California governor. Like,
but
that's wild.
It was just crazy, and it was like a cute thing that, you know, in the movie they say this, and it's because Sylvester Stallone, you know, the whole thing with them at the time, you know, being buff movie stars at the time, you know, it was cool, but it's just crazy that he was actually governor of California.
Barca, was there ever anything about them being rivals, like not liking each other?
Oh yeah. No, he was in an interviewed. Schwarzenegger was, and he's all, back then he was my rival. So we who had the biggest car, who had the biggest muscles, who, you know.
Whoa,
whoa, who got fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger on the podcast all of a sudden?
So that's okay.
Yes.
So you know what would have been funny? To me, it would have been even funnier if he would have said Stallone. Like, I think that shit would probably fell off of my chair if they would have been like,
no, I think I like this better. I think
that would have made me fucking like, ugh. Like, I would have went out for bro. That would have happened, dude.
Okay, I got a few more. And then we'll get into it. And then the self-driving cars, like, hello, right?
And they still don't get correct, so we're there.
VR sex. I mean, that's happening. You know,
is it, Enrique?
I don't have one, but you know, whatever.
Yeah. You heard.
Yeah. I'm making it official. In my vocabulary from this day forward, I won't say the word SEX anymore. I'm gonna say fluid transfer activities.
The FTA, baby.
FTA. And then Sandra Bullock in this. Hello.
Hey, Ryan.
Hello? Sandra Bullock? Like, I always liked her, but wow.
Not like this.
But wow.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Are you a worker? Like, she was like super hot in this movie.
Oh my god, bro. What?
And I've never seen a movie with her and been like, oh, she's super hot. Like, I've always been like, oh, Sandra Bullock.
I've always liked her.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But not like this.
what was it? Was it the thin eyebrows? Because she had really thin eyebrows in this.
Because she looked like a loca. That's why.
She
Like,
did.
somebody put eyes right on that shit.
She, it was, and that was a '90s look, so it was kind of funny because.
That's awesome, huh?
And then, how the fuck are we not supposed to know what this 3 seashell thing is? Like, are we supposed to know, or is that supposed to be like completely fucking like out there that we're not supposed to know? Because I don't know how that works. So help me figure it out if you guys know.
I read that you use 2 of them like chopsticks, and to get, but that's what they wrote, and then the other one is to kind of scrape things out. But it's like I'm not like when your dog gets poop on you and it gets stuck in the fur, and then you gotta go quick.
Hey, some people got some hairy asses out there, bro. Like, I mean, you never know. Wow. How do you clean the 3 seashells after you've used them?
That was not explained. So,
wifey for life, dog.
Wifey's for life, bro.
For life. Except, dog, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna sit y'all here. I've been doing a lot of bidet research, fool. I want the 88. I want the 88 degrees on my butthole, fool. I want to just. Everybody talks about it, dog.
I know.
I might not come out the restroom. If it's what everybody says it is, fool, I might never can leave the restroom ever again, bro.
I know.
Word on the streets, fool. Word on the streets. Just like if you know somebody with the VR, I know somebody with the bidet, fool. Word on the streets, dog. When the 83.2 hits you, fool, it's a wrap, dude. Your life's changed, dog.
So before you guys start, I also want to admit that in honor of this movie, I had Taco Bell right before this podcast. So
that's worse than the 3 seashells. What you have? You sick
I had chicken chalupas. Pretty good.
Wow.
And I had the nacho fries, which are amazing. They're really good.
All right. You and all snowboarders everywhere agree, fool. So that's good. That's awesome.
Hey, look, it serves, it serves a purpose, when.
Well, it's around for a reason. And they keep building these. They built one right by my neighborhood, and I'm like, yuck. I was like, I mean, they did. It is what it is.
But that Starbucks is open.
So you enjoyed it.
I really did. I really did enjoy it. There's definitely some flaws, but not enough to where I was out. I mean, I was in, bro. I really enjoyed it. But I think for me, a lot of it is what I said is just seeing their version of the future, and then us being past that, or not really, because they were in 2032, right?
Yes.
But we're close enough to where you can kind of relate, and that was fun for me to kind of see their version of the future. So that was a lot of my enjoyment.
So, I miss big action movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think that what I enjoyed of this was it took me back to a fucking simpler time when dudes fucking were jacked, and the Predators and the Terminators and the fucking Demolition Mans. And if I'm not crazy, wasn't this a big deal? Because Wesley Snipes was kind of coming up, and Stallone was the dude, and it's like they're gonna be in a movie together. Oh shit, right? Mm-hmm.
So let me piss you off.
Okay.
And I know I said this when we watched Blade. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just Wesley Snipes just does not do it for me. I just don't. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just don't really. It's like the Chuck Norris thing for me. Like I can't stand. Like I just don't.
God, you're crazy. No way. Fucking Wesley Snipes. Have you seen White Man Can't Jump?
I do like him in that.
New Jack City.
I like him in that.
New Jack City?
I haven't seen that.
Fuck, sit your $5 ass down before I make some change. Like, come on, bro. He can do dramatic. He can do funny. He's legit, bro.
To Gung-Fu.
I was gonna say he was too legit to quit, bro. Too legit.
Okay, but look. I am not saying that he's not good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying
he might be great. Is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying that just something doesn't click for me with him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I love big fucking explosions. Because these movies are usually simple. Okay. Like, you know, that's what's gonna get us there. Cool, bro. What happened to the one-liners in movies? Just fucking badass one-liners, bro.
Yeah.
Just good old-fashioned fucking shit talking, like, you know, like, is it cold in here? Is it just me? Fucking A, bro. All that shit works for me. And, you know, and it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Should everybody have gotten shot multiple times in this movie? Yeah, but nobody gives a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's funny how like those gun fight scenes, it's just they're so ridiculous, but like I give zero fucks. I give zero fucks.
It
Like
just works. I really do like him in this movie. I like this whole like, I don't know why I am the way I am, but I'm gonna do it. Like that whole thing. I like when he's on the computer, like, what the fuck? He's just kind of like doing everything. Like, dude, I love that. Yeah, dude. I really liked him. Stallone. Oh, you know, I'm fucking Stallone's nutsack. I love Stallone. I thought he was great. Benjamin Bratt as like a guy on Negro as a little bitch. I love that. Like, that was funny. Sir, can you please get down on the floor? Whatever, like all that stuff worked, man. And I just think they're just fun. They're just fun. And sometimes you don't want to fucking sit there and go through a 3-hour long movie that fucking you got to be there. You, God forbid, you have to go to take a piss because everything has like, nah, dude, I'll be back. I'm sure I know what's gonna happen when I come back. Like, you know, it's just a fun movie. So I love this. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed rewatching it. There's things I had completely forgotten about it. I forgot about the whole underground thing.
Yeah.
But I had completely forgotten about that. So that was fucking.
You forgot about the rat burgers?
Too. And he's like, fuck it.
He takes another bite. He's like, because he's like, you know, this is a rat burger, but it's kind of good. So he takes another bite.
It's better than how dude, I loved it. I enjoyed it. Abarca, what'd you think?
I told you earlier today that I think I had only seen this movie on television. So there's a lot of things that I don't necessarily remember or were altered because the TV cuts were always different than the movie cut. I enjoy Wesley Snipes in this. I read that he was because he is an actual martial artist, that he is so fast that the same thing happened with Bruce Lee. It wouldn't film correctly. And so I guess the guy that made this was his first movie. So I can see him I can see him not knowing how to capture action that way. So what they did was, because they asked him, hey, can you slow things down? And so that's why his kicks look the way they weren't like they are in other movies. So I enjoy his performance. I enjoy the over the top of Simon Phoenix. I was midway through this and I'm like, wait, this is Brave New World. This is the world that is created in there, right? If you aren't familiar, Brave New World is a book from the 40s, 30s, 40s. I don't know when, but in that book there is no privacy, there's no family, there's no monogamy. Basically, so people don't get offended, the government has essentially gotten rid of things. They've taken away your freedoms so you can be free and live the life they want you to live. So Enrique says, like, there's stuff that kind of hits home in what's happening in our current society, and you're like, oh yeah. But I think it was
1932 for A Brave New World.
32. Even the character John and Lenina are the main characters from the book. Like those are the names of the characters in the book.
Oh wow, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Dennis Leary being himself.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I enjoy that. I hadn't seen Dennis Leary in a while.
Yeah.
So it was good to. My question in this is, okay, so they go underground, and there is a lady from Peru making the rat burgers, and then she doesn't.
Why does she have a unibrow? Like, they obviously made that a point for her to have a unibrow. Why?
Well, I don't even know why she's dressed like she's from Peru. Like, and number one, her Spanish was worse than her English.
Yeah, it was.
Her Spanish, Wesley Snipes' Spanish was better.
Yeah, that was awesome.
My biggest concern with the future is that what happened to the Mexicans?
They're all white.
They don't make it. They don't make it to San Los Angeles, bro. That's the problem.
You're telling me that they did not make it from the border of Mexico all the way from Santa Barbara to Los Angeles,
bro? Who knows? After
and
the
from
big
San
one,
and from San Diego, right? Too.
Yeah.
Because isn't this the merge of San Diego, Santa Barbara, and LA?
Yeah, San Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
hey, maybe after the big one, that fault line actually does crack, and we're floating around as an island. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows?
We are in LA, bro. That's us.
We were still on the island. What the hell?
Yeah.
After,
well, I mean,
after the earthquake, you were stuck in LA for a while.
I was, dog. I got stuck in LA in that bitch. So yeah, man. But okay, that's the thing, right? That means that what was his name? The benevolent one, or what was his name?
Oh shoot.
Whatever the hell his name was.
I got it. Cocteau.
Okay, maybe he was out there making sure only certain people survived. Is all I'm saying, bro. He has those kind of vibes, man. So I mean,
yes, and there's a point where he's I don't go in for this fascism, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. When I see these movies, what I want to know is what else has happened to the U.S. What else happened in the world, right? In Escape from New York, like. They were like, hey, we're doing better. You're a piece of shit, New York. So guess what? All the bridges are blown up, and now you live there.
And that is literally Escape from New York, right? Like New York is its own little fucking world or whatever.
But then we see Los Angeles in the sequel to that, and you realize that the earthquake did happen, and now there's always dystopian gangs, right? Like Double Dragon had that shit.
Yeah.
But you have to admit, in the 90s, the big thing. What would you hear in the news every day? Well,
the big one,
the big one in LA gangsters, and so it's interesting to see what futures they come up with. All right, I had to look up what is the shelf life of bullets, and it turns out, it turns out that as long as bullets are kept in a dry, cool place, they will last indefinitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had to.
So that was accurate.
That was accurate. There are scenes missing from this movie, and I think one of the biggest scenes is Phoenix sending the unfrozen criminals after Stallone. And so
because they just kind of appear when they're having like a meeting, right? They're just all there all of a sudden.
Yes, and at some point, one of these criminals is Jesse the Body Ventura.
Mm-hmm.
I saw his name in the credits. Is that where he is?
He's like, God damn it, I'm a sexual tyrannosaurus, and you got me sitting down. I gotta fight the goddamn Stallone.
Jack Black shows up in a quick ass fucking scene too. Did you miss that?
He's one of the.
He was the Taco Bell guys, right?
No.
At the Taco Bell fight?
He's in
he's underground. Underground.
Oh no! Okay.
Yeah. So there's one scene where he's actually on screen, but Dennis Leary's is like literally right in front of him, so you never see him. And then when Stallone kind of like, because he's talking to Dennis Leary, and then Stallone kind of like fights back real quick, and he goes at Jack Black, and so they show him. And real fast, but it's like literally like a split second, and that's it, and that's all you see of him.
That's cool. Yeah, no, man. I want more. I want cool action movies. I just want more cool action movies, man. And I know it's a different time.
Yeah, but is there anything that gets close to that nowadays that you would say gives you the same vibe?
Can I ask you, Sparka? We were like, what's the last cool action movie that we saw? Well, okay, let me back it up. Who's the action hero now?
I think
it's Statham.
It's Statham, The Rock, and maybe The Rock is out is messing up kind of the rhythm of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it costs I guess it's cheaper to come up with fake explosions than it is to, cause that the building they destroy it. Well, first of all, there's a stunt where a guy jumps out of the helicopter, so that's a person jumping out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like bungee jumping or rappelling. The building was in the South somewhere, and MTV had a contest to see who would push the button to actually explode that building.
Yeah.
Right. So that explosion is huge because they were actually demolishing that whole complex.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like I said, and then what do you consider action movies, right? Because sometimes I think like that's an action movie, like I don't know,
Well,
like I mean, because I'm thinking of these movies, right? When
I think these movies no longer exist except in the form of very low budget movies where it's usually close quarter combat mixed with gunplay, right? And then if there's an explosion of some sort, it's a small explosion or it's a computer generated explosion.
What about like Fast and Furious?
I was gonna say, I think Fast and Furious is kind of taking that big time ridiculous actors in the sense of like big actors. It is kind of them right now because they're it's no longer about stealing cars, right?
No,
this shit's become a fucking thing.
But I feel that there was the rise of superhero movies, and they're like, oh, we can kind of hop into this and be part of that. So at this point, they are a superhero team. They could be the X-Men, but they're just in cars, right?
At this point, yes. Yeah. But like, I would say from like 1 to 4 or 5, maybe 4. It's still like action. It's more of action movies, and then they become superheroes.
But
don't you need guns? There is guns in these movies too.
Yeah,
huh?
there is. Yeah.
But okay, so I
feel like guns have to be a must in action.
They just went to the point where they were doing outrageous stuff, so they had to ante it up. They had to just get a little bit more like crazy with what Vin Diesel's character was doing, and that's when he kind of becomes a superhero. Where it's like he's flying across, landing. He's flying across bridges and fucking landing on a moving car that's going 90 miles an hour and fucking without a scratch, that kind of shit. And fucking The Rock pulling down a helicopter with a chain, like shit like that. It's like,
but I feel that the action movie as we knew it, no longer exists, and I don't know if this new iteration is a good evolution of what that is.
I agree with you. I don't necessarily. Right. Yeah. Okay, so as we're talking about this movie, top 10 action movies of all time, ranked by Rolling Stone. I already fucking disagree with like 35 of these things. Well, there's 50, but I'm gonna go top 10. Number 10.
How old is this list? List?
2021 August.
Okay.
It's pretty new.
Yep.
Oh, so number 10. Nine's not on it.
Aliens is fucking amazing. I love that.
So that's their 10.
That's their 10. Enrique.
No.
We need to watch that at some point, bro. I fucking adore that movie. Like, I think that was the first scary ass monster fucking movie with so many guns that I watched growing up for some reason. And I fucking to this day,
this day,
bro. Yeah, hey, Chavez, ever mistake you for a man? Yeah, dude. Like, we gotta watch that. It's great.
Get away from her, you bitch.
I consider that more sci-fi, though.
I think that Cameron elevates that movie from science fiction into this action movie, but it's got the testosterone. But ultimately, it's Ripley that carries this movie through, and like get away from her when she's in the power loader fighting the Queen Alien. I mean, that's
is RoboCop on this list?
It probably is.
Probably. Okay. Number 9. I don't like this entry in here. Black Panther. I think superhero movies have to have their own shit. Now, I love Black Panther, but I don't consider that action.
That's not an action movie.
And so not just that, but the last scene, the fight between Killmonger and the Black Panther.
Oh, it's all CG, bro.
It's all CG, and I like. It does a disservice because there's actual stunt people that
could do that
fight that actually that film parts of it, and then they completely give it this other world thing. I don't think there's enough action in this movie, and I will tell you that the opening scene where he saves Lupita Nyong'o,
Oh, yeah.
like that's pretty awesome. But that
Mhm.
that is not the most action packed thing. That's like a Batman. I would tell you,
Mhm.
Justice League had, or Batman and Superman had more action than Black Panther.
Again, I love the movie. I just think superhero movies get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
I think they need to be in their own sub shit. This is something different. There's enough of them now where we can give superhero movies their own shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Number 8, Seven Samurai.
Okay, yeah,
It's an amazing movie. I mean,
it's a
because
yes.
it's not martial arts, right?
However, we've talked about this, that the Japanese movie, the Japanese fight scenes aren't as rewarding as a Shaw Brothers movie because it's
Mhm.
very it's very efficient, right?
Mhm.
Ugh, and then I'm dead.
Yeah. Number 7, we love this one. Hard Boiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at that. Number 6, The Matrix.
Okay.
All right. It's The Matrix. Number 5, Enter the Dragon. You know we love that movie. I think that needs its own other. I think that needs to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
To me, that's not an action movie.
I-
That's kung fu. That's a martial arts movie to me.
There's no explosion.
There's not one gun. There's not one thing in that movie. You know, like, and of course we love that, but I think that's a different like thing. Like, I don't know. Number 4, The Raid: Redemption.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, but does that fall into the same thing as Enter
No.
the Dragon?
That one is just because it's so nonstop that it's like action. It's just if I don't know, it feels different.
I would rank that in a martial arts list before I rank it in action. And it's fucking action packed though. Again, not hating on that.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Number 3, John Wick.
Okay.
I think we're all good with that.
Yeah.
Number 2, Die Hard. Fucking
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. Number 1, oh fuck me, I hadn't even seen this yet. And you know what? I need to stop. Mad Max Fury Road.
The cars are the action, right? Because
The
there's not a lot
original?
of hand to hand.
No, that's the second one, no? Or no?
No, no.
No, Max.
Is that
No, that is the first.
That's the one with Tom Hardy and Furiosa.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
That's a dope ass fucking movie.
Yes, but it's like it's so visceral in the car action.
I like that movie. You don't
And
like that movie?
You know, yeah, but I don't consider it number 1 action movie of all time.
But I was
I
going to
guess-
mention like that is the evolution of like it's a car. There's always something, right? It went from guns to now it's the car doing this. Transformers are fighting each other. The superheroes are fighting each other. In this, they have different cars racing each other to try to get the pregnant girl.
I will tell you this: not one movie in the top 10 that I think was not a good movie or even great. Now, I agree with you on that. I guess I just think some of them are in different lists for me personally. Looking at some other ones. 12, The Bourne Identity. I fucking love the Bourne movies, bro.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are dope to me. Police Story 13. 11. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, that here's the thing: that movie still works to this day. To this day.
16. So this day for me, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
I
yeah.
watched a clip of that the other day.
How is that not in the top 10?
That's where I'm thinking. You tell me that's number 1, I'm like, fucking beautiful. Like, you know, but I get it. That's my number 1 for other reasons, but yes. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragons on here. Snowpiercer.
As an action movie?
Yeah. Logan as an action movie. I don't even consider, even again, that one doesn't even have a lot of action for a comic book movie.
I think
feel
it's
like.
if you're telling me it's the end,
Mhm.
then yes, but
It's like 20 something.
no. Just the end part of that movie, and that's what
Oh, you hated that part, huh? Yeah.
like
Mhm.
not him killing, not him dying or whatever. So spoilers,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
the fight that he has trying to save
The little girl.
X-23.
Fast 5 is first Fast and the Furious on here.
Oh.
24.
Yeah, family. Corona time.
That's the Brazil one, yeah?
No.
Oh, what's Fast 5?
4 is Brazil.
What's
5
5 then?
is. I was just looking at these the other day.
Hey, dude, 28, The Edge of Tomorrow. I've heard nothing but amazing things about
That movie's fucking dope. You've never
Oh,
seen that?
I've never.
That has more action than Logan. Because
That movie,
that's just a war. It's like straight war, and then he wakes up again, and it's war, and then it wakes up again.
yeah, that movie is really good, bro. You should check that out.
Check that out. Yeah. So I mean, there's again, all these movies seem cool as fuck.
Oh yeah,
like,
Fast 5 is Brazil.
okay, yeah.
4 is Mexico.
Got you.
When they go through the
32.
tunnels.
See, this is an action movie to me. Total Recall.
Yeah, with the sci-fi twist.
With the sci-fi twist. Yeah. Avengers Endgame. The 5 Deadly Venoms is on here. Like Point Break, bro, at 36. Fuck Johnny Utah, baby.
Where's Heat?
I might have skipped it, but 37 Predator. Fuck, that movie holds up, bro. That movie holds up, dude. That's such a good movie. Have you seen that, Enrique? Oh, you watched it after we talked about it, right?
I watched the new one. The one that's on Hulu.
The Predator.
Oh, what'd you think?
Or no, Prey.
Prey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I liked it. It was really cool. I don't think I've seen the original though.
Oh, we gotta watch that too, bro. Because I'm telling you, like Zion loved that shit. It holds up, bro. It's a good movie. 42 Hero. We might be doing something right, guys. Like all of our fucking picks are on this bitch. I'm just saying, bro. Like they're on here. 44 Speed. See, that's action movie to me. I always enjoyed that movie. Mm-hmm. Thought that was cool. The Fugitive. 45. It wasn't you, Abarca.
It was a one-armed man. I don't care.
46 Taken.
Yeah.
I like the Taken movies, bro. I thought those were dope.
I would find
The Rock. 47. Escape from New York. 49.
Yeah, but okay. So it's interesting to see to know how are they defining the action movie? Is it just if it has one set piece that was action packed? Because like Endgame, a lot of that movie it's nothing until the end, right? It's a lot of like, you got to do this and we got to do that. And like, so it's that ultimate end battle where it's like running away from the aliens and that. So I don't know. I'm an old man.
You know what's interesting? I just clicked on another one by Collider. Oh. Their number 1 is 7 Samurai. Number 2, Die Hard. Number 3, Mad Max Fury Road. So I mean, fuck it. I mean, people must love that movie and think it's badass. 4 is Aliens. There's a lot of the same shit in the list, you know. I like what they have at 6 though. First Blood. You drove First Blood. The Rambos. Yeah. You know. So I mean, it's a similar list. Right. They have number 9, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
I ain't kill no babies. Yeah. I ain't kill no babies.
So I mean, you know, interesting that, you know, similar on both lists. But okay, Enrique, while I'm talking about this, look for me because I'm interested because I'm your hatred for this man. Best.
I don't hate him. I don't hate him.
Best Wesley Snipes movie. Look him up, fool. What? Wesley Snipes movies. What do they got as a top 10 Wesley Snipes? That's what I'm wondering. I don't mind the futuristic stuff. I like it too. I just, again, to me, you could have put this movie, it could have been in present time with kind of what it was at the beginning, right? I love the fucking beginning scene. Like, you know, when he's talking shit to him, he makes him think that he blew up all those people and he's like laughing at his ass as they're taking him to jail and shit like that. Like I like Wesley Snipes, man. He works for me in this movie. Everybody who was the main actors, the main bad guy, everybody just worked. The nerdy police chief. Like everybody was cool in this movie.
Okay, you ready? You ready?
That was cool. All right, Abarca, your number 1 Wesley Snipes movie.
Passenger 57.
Oh, I love that movie. That's really your number 1.
Just so you know, this is the top 15 movies. It was created in 2014, but it says it was updated a day ago on IMDb.
Man, motherfucker, hot off the press, they were like, I bet you those Gung-Fu bros gonna talk about it. Let's put it up and shit. I was like, all right. So you really are going with that one? Passenger 57, Abarca?
Is his best one?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Passenger 57's got to be on there. Blade's on there. This movie. Best action movies or just best Wesley Snipes?
Wesley Snipes.
Best Wesley Snipes.
To Gung-Fu.
I'm gonna go. To Gung-Fu's a go. I like that pick, bro. That's a good movie. Fucking hilarious as hell. I'm gonna go. It should be, but it's not gonna be New Jack City. I fucking love him in New Jack City. But my second pick is White Man Can't Jump.
Oh,
I fucking
think
watched that movie.
I think that'll be high up. Coming to America. What 2?
Oh, the new one.
The new one. He's in it.
Interesting. Okay, let's check it out.
Okay, so as I'm looking through this, I some of these movies I've seen, and okay, I think this is the thing with me and Wesley Snipes. I was a little wrong because a lot of these movies I'm seeing, I really enjoy, and I enjoy him in them. But I just did not like him in Blade, and I did not like him in this. For
The Game.
reason. I don't know.
Well, we picked two of them you didn't care for.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, because these other ones I'm kind of seeing, the movies I have seen, I think he's really good in, and I have no problem. Okay, so number 15. Oh, you wanted number 10?
Yeah, whatever. 15. Fuck it. Go.
Actually, there's 18 on here. So
son of a bitch. No, never mind. 18. Go.
Rising
but start
Sun.
And go up and then come back down.
Rising Sun
with Sean
yeah.
Connery. Yep.
Yeah.
Sean Connery. Awesome.
All right. 17. Chaos.
No.
I don't know what that is.
It's a newer one.
16. New Jack City.
16.
Yeah. All right. I mean, 16. Okay.
Yeah. 15.
I love that show.
King of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a gangster movie with Christopher Walken. Or am I wrong?
Yes, Christopher Walken, David Caruso.
That's where
Lawrence
Biggie got
Fishburne.
Frank White from. The main character in that movie is Frank White. That's where he pulls all his shit from, which is weird because most people go Godfather, Goodfellas, Scarface. He went King of New York. Like, I just thought that was kind of cool. But anyways, okay. All right.
14 is Blade Trinity.
Really?
Wow. New Jack City's under Blade Trinity?
That's the one he hated making. There's a scene where they had to create CGIs because that fool was like, I ain't opening my eyes. Fuck you.
I mean, it's rated lower on the, like, as far as IMDb rating, it's got a lower rating, but it's 14.
New Jack City's way better. Wow.
The Art of War.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
12 is Passenger 57.
Hey, okay.
11 is Murder at 1600.
Murder 1600, yeah. That's a White House one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And Diane Lane is in this. I'm going to have to watch this. Diane Lane, hello. Number 10 is Blade 2.
Okay. I mean, I like Blade 2.
9 is Blade.
Ooh, okay.
So this is where I think this is where it's going to get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, Money Train.
Yeah. Money Train with Woody Harrelson
and J-Lo.
Okay.
Yep.
And J-Lo. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Number 7.
Watched that in a while. Uh-huh.
The Fan.
Yes,
bro. Yes, this is a great movie, bro.
And so this is one where I've seen this, and this is fucking dope. Like this,
he's Barry Bonds, bro.
Yeah.
It's perfect. He plays that so well. Yes.
Number 6, Expendables 3.
Yeah.
Is he not in the first two?
Yeah, where they pull off his mask and it's him. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Expendable movies are great, bro. There you go. Those are your last great action movies. Duh. There it is, Expendables.
Number 5, Drop Zone.
Yes, bro. That movie's all about fucking jumping out of plane. That's the only reason why I fucking went skydiving was because of the drop.
Really?
Fire, dog.
Yeah.
That movie fucking bangs, bro. I forgot about that.
All right, so that's your number 5.
That's the whole movie, dog. It's badass.
So that's your number 5.
Ooh, yes. Uh-huh.
Number 4, Demolition Man.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
Number 3, U.S. Marshals.
Yeah, that's
Tommy
the
Lee,
sequel
right?
to The Fugitive.
No, Tommy Lee. Yes, but not Tommy Lee. What's his name?
It's Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
He came back. Everybody else came back except for Harrison Ford.
Robert Downey Jr. is in this, apparently.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
All right. So this is where I'm looking at this and I'm like, he's fucking dope in both of these movies, and I've seen him. Number 2, Major fucking League.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Holy shit! How can we forget about that? Yes.
And
yes,
so
yes.
number 1, you called it, Ivan. White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah, White Man Can't Jump, dude. That's a movie, bro. That can come. It's almost like to the level of Forrest Gump.
He's dude. He's really good in this, and he's
completely
like
different
good
movie.
acting, and he's a fucking baller. Like everything just looks good.
Little hat.
Like this is the thing. Please don't think I'm an idiot. I know that Forrest Gump is a completely different movie than that, but what I'm saying is the
rewatchability.
Yeah, I can watch Forrest Gump anytime it comes on.
Yeah.
Anytime. Don't put that shit on Best Buy because I'll sit on a fucking couch and watch the whole goddamn thing, bro. That's fucking Forrest Gump. But white man can't jump? Other than, of course, Rockies and shit that I just watched Godfather too much. But why can't Dwayne Johnson be like, wait, what? Oh, shit. Oh, I'm going to Sizzler. It's like the whole movie just works, bro. And don't think I literally had a San Diego State Aztecs fucking bike hat, dog, with that flip phone, dog, because of that movie, bro. Don't think I didn't, bro. I fucking had that bitch on my big ass head, fool. Like, that shit was ridiculous, but I had it because of fucking Wesley Snipes in that movie, bro.
Yeah, White Man Can't Jump is dope.
A bike hat, right? Or what are those little hats?
Bike cap.
Bike cap, right? Yeah. I had that San Diego State one that I made my brother buy that shit when he was over there for me. Yeah, dude. I remember that, bro. Yeah, dude, he's great.
Yeah.
He can do it all.
Yeah, I just, for whatever reason, like I said, I just don't like. I didn't like him in this as much. And Blade, I didn't like him in Blade. I don't know.
Would you have liked this movie if it was Sylvester Stallone versus Jackie Chan?
Oh, I was gonna say Billy Blanks.
Oh no, that Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks.
No, I was telling you remember Billy Blanks, right?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I was telling the Barker that I was listening to the Schultze Flagrant 2 or Flagrant 1, whatever, the Flagrant one. And Roy Woods was on there, who did the correspondence dinner recently. And in the middle of it, fucking shit. And he's like, man, I heard a story. I don't think it's true, man, but it's fucking hilarious if it is. And he says that he heard that allegedly, because this was like Wesley Snipes, like kind of really going, and that him and Billy Blanks were up for the same part on Demolition Man. Because Billy Blanks has a lot of like B-movie. He is literally the Chuck Norris to the Sylvester of probably Wesley Snipes, right? Because Billy Blanks has a lot of like cheesy action movies. But that they both were for this part, and that Wesley Snipes called Billy Blanks and gave him the wrong address, and then he showed up and got the part. He goes, I know that's bullshit, but I heard that one time and I thought it was hilarious. So supposedly that's what happened, and that's how he got Demolition Man. But I mean, so it was supposed to be Jackie Chan though, Mark?
Yes, but Jackie Chan was like, hey, man, I can't be a bad guy because then I'm going to get stereotyped as a bad guy, and that's all I'm going to play. Or would you have liked this movie better if it was Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yes, I knew you were going to say that.
And Steven Seagal.
No.
Oh, no. Who would have been the bad guy?
They offered the good guy role to Van Damme, but Van Damme says, I want to be the bad guy. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
And then Steven Seagal said, well, I'm not going to be a bad guy because, I know Aikido, man.
Yeah, Jean-Claude, I wouldn't have minded as much, maybe.
But here's the bullshit. They both turned it down because they're like, I think they offered him the bad guy roles. He says, no, we want to be the good guys. And then they both, in Machete, Steven Seagal is the bad guy. And in Expendables 2, he's John Villan.
Oh, yeah, John Villain. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, Steven Seagal, fuck that guy. We still need to watch his movies. All right, Enrique.
Okay, hold on. So Demolition Man came. So I just thought of a movie we've seen recently. This was 93. The One was in 2001. How fucking much better is this movie than The One?
Oh, ton better than The One, bro.
And it was made... And even in Telling the Future, and this was made fucking almost 10 years before The One.
Yeah, but listen.
The
One is fucking horrible, dude.
Demolition Man doesn't have a rat with a bomb up its butt.
It doesn't, dude. It just has seashells up your ass. All right, Enrique, it's time for you to ask a question, bud. What's that question?
The question is, if possible, how do we make this better?
Let Wesley Snipes cook more.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like, what I mean by that is fighting. Like, Wesley Snipes can go, bro. And I get, like, Sylvester Stallone's a different type of action fighter, so that was probably impossible. But maybe against get some martial art people that he had to clear out or something. I don't know how you do that. But because nobody knows how to fight in the future. So I don't know. Or maybe some of, like, the guys he fought that were from the underground were, like, martial arts dudes, and let him cook. Like, let him get down. Because he's a real martial artist. Like, if I'm not mistaken, word on the street is he's actually fought? Or was he going to fight Joe Rogan or some shit? Like, he's a fighter, bro. Like, he's legit about it. So, like, yeah, I'm not making this shit up. I think Rogan's talked about it on his shit that, like, he was offered a fight with Wesley Snipes once or something like that.
Like, hey, pull it up on my monitor. Pull it up on my monitor. I'll tell. We'll see right now.
so I don't know. I mean, I think letting him cook a little more would have been cool, personally. What about you, Mark?
I want, God damn it, I want more of Jesse the Body Ventura, and I want to see the fight, the epic fight between him and Stallone.
All right.
It's a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus.
All right. What about you, Enrique?
How do we make this better? I mean, for me, replace Wesley Snipes
with Steven Seagal. We got it.
Nah, Steven Seagal.
Okay, who fills the shoes?
Yeah. I wish I would have thought of.
What? With Jean-Claude?
No. With Chuck?
No.
Hell yeah.
Dolph Lundgren?
That
maybe would have been cool. Mm-hmm. Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because him as a bad guy in this. Can you imagine?
Billy Blake?
Oh.
No, Dolph Lundgren as a bad guy in this, especially with when is Rocky 5?
Rocky Ohio's 86.
Four.
Oh, Rocky 4. Sorry.
God damn it.
Rocky 4 is when 80, is it after this?
No, it's before this.
Before this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the 80s, yeah. So yeah, dude, that would be cool.
Okay.
Because he makes a really, really bad guy. Like, how much do you fucking hate that guy in Rocky 4?
Yeah, of course, man. He's a robot. Yeah.
And Wesley Snipes is kind of a robot in this.
He is, but when he talks, he's cool.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
Bro.
That would be different. It would be a different tone.
The score tells you that he's cool because it's got that little scratch. Like, doop, 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 doop.
Yeah. But he's like, I changed it to try, what is it? Try illuminate.
Oh, by the way, the song at the end credit scenes is fucking whack. What was that?
What was the one we fucking talked shit about forever? It was a martial arts one, and we were like, oh my God, that song was garbage. Oh, I can't remember.
Was it a Bruce Lee movie?
No, it was like it was one of the newer ones, but it was shit, bro. We were like, this fucking song. Like, it was wild. All right.
Oh, well, look, was it the Jackie Chan where it was it Police Story 3 where they inserted hip hop for everything?
Oh, that was weird. No, it wasn't that, but that was weird. Yeah, it was like I got 5 on it in like the middle of a car scene or something.
It's like, hey, Tupac and the Outlaws.
Side note, This Is Us ruined fucking I Got 5 on It for me because that shit terrifies me every time I fucking hear it. Thank you, Jordan Peele. That slowed down version of that song.
Yeah.
Crazy. No top 10 list this week, guys, because this is not a Kung Fu movie. There's not enough martial arts in it. It was just for Macho May. And we're going. So I don't know if we talked about this before, guys, but maybe we can have a conversation. We need another Macho May movie, man. I mean,
hey, we're getting the most little Macho Man we can find.
Okay, what are we doing?
On free on Tubi, Armor of God, starring Jackie Chan from 1986.
Okay, all right. They can't get more macho than the guy who fucking jumps off a building and shit. So I mean,
I believe Benny the Jet is in this one and not Operation Condor.
Ooh,
so
okay,
he's back.
Okay, I can dig it. All right, so we're gonna check that out. Free on Tubi. Available anywhere else, or is it just Tubi?
We just checked Tubi for now. But
okay, all right. Armor of God.
Armor of God.
Armor of God. All right, Jackie Chan, and hopefully a few other people that we fucking love in this list. So that'll be awesome to check out. Do we get a third Jackie Chan in the top 10? Ooh, shit, man. We had none. Now we might be up to 3. We'll see where it goes from there. All right. Hey, Abarca, if they want to leave us a message, where can they do that?
Hold on, okay. It's past my bedtime.
I know this is late, dog. My wife brought me fucking cafe, fool, because I was like, I'm not doing shit, bro. Let's go. So now 2 things are fucking happen. Now I need to take a shit, and I'm also awake. So we'll see where that goes, bro. All right, Abarca.
All right, folks. Please leave us a voicemail at www.gungfusuperbros.com or on our Google Voice number, 661-401-5941 to be part of our show. If you are watching us on YouTube, comment, subscribe, like, ring the bell icon for notifications. If you're listening to us, rate, review, leave a comment on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to fine podcasts like ours.
Hey, big shout out, as much as I like to talk shit sometimes, because that's what I do. Big shout out to our RRR fans, man. They don't just leave us comments, they leave us fucking manifestos, bro. So thanks for that. No, seriously, man. I mean, they're giving us fucking movies to watch and shit like that. So we appreciate that, man. Hopefully they're better than the RRR. So, guys, thank you once again. See you next week.
How dare you? How dare you?
Hey,
thanking
Abarca.
them and then taking a shot at the end. How dare you?
Hey, Abarca, say bye.
Hey, folks, speak of humans.
You got your shit ready, Abarca? You ready?
What am I saying? Man.
You the little girl. You the little girl. Enrique, say bye.
I can't wait for this.
And remember, my name's Ivan. I love you guys. And how can you justify destroying a $7 million mini-mall to rescue a girl whose ransom was only $25,000?
Man, fuck you. I don't know.
Ha! Good answer. Have a good, guys. Wu-Tang, motherfuckers.